So, ever since then, Death Fury has been on the hunt for Grimmel. He's been trying to track Grimmel down, but first he actually has to try to find Toothless. He has to try to find Toothless, his little brother, because he made a promise to his mom and dad that he will take care of Toothless no matter what, because Toothless was the only family member that he basically has left now. His brothers and sisters were cousins, uncles, and aunts. They were all killed. Every single Night Fury. Well, not every single one, because there were a few who actually had escaped. They escaped with their lives. But ever since he tried to find Toothless, he searched for days, weeks, months, years. He could not find his baby brother. It felt like that he had failed his family, because he could not find his baby brother anywhere. His mom and dad told him to go on a stormy day and try to find any Night Furies. Being that they told the same thing to Toothless, he went up there and tried to see if Toothless was there, but unfortunately, no sign. And so Death Fury was all alone. He was sad, depressed, and didn't even consider on eating or drinking. But then he reminded himself of Grimmel. Because Grimmel was at the back of Death Fury's mind, and Death Fury now made a new vow. And that vow or promise was to find and kill Grimmel. And if anyone or anything was going to get in his way, he would make them regret it. Ever since then, Death Fury has been searching for Grimmel for days, weeks, months, and years. He's been searching for him. He went to island after island. He went to land. He went to all different areas and still could not find him. He went to every single location and could not find him. But that didn't stop Death Fury. Eventually, he found more of his people. He found survivors of his original large clan and became their new alpha. But then he realized that if he continued to hunt for Grimmel, he's going to put his people in danger. And so, he led all the Furies to a new home. And that home was the Hidden World. But unfortunately, when they got down there, the whole place was immediately crowded. Because there were not just other dragons down there, but the whole place, even though it was massive, it was just crowded. It was just literally crowded. Like dragons after dragons after dragons. And it was difficult for Death Fury to find a safe and habitable home for his people, because they needed their own territory. They needed their own space. And so, they found an area to camp out, and Death Fury went on patrolling. He continued to patrol for a while. He was searching for 2 long months. 2 months. He was trying to find the best territory for his people. It wasn't until he finally found a good home. He found the best territory of them all, and that was a wide open valley with only one giant mountain, plenty of food, plenty of water, plenty of resources, anything that a Night Fury would need. And so he called his people, and they are all home. They found their new home. But, even though they have found their new home, that did not stop Death Fury for seeking revenge. But a few years later, he heard rumors of another Night Fury out there. A Night Fury who became the King of Dragons. And he only knew that there was only one dragon. One particular Night Fury that was worthy enough to be a king. And that was his own little brother. His own little brother. And he discovered that his own little brother, Toothless, was still alive. But the bad part was he was with humans. And that kind of got him triggered. Literally, that got him triggered. He was just like, oh, hell no. No. I'm going up there and I'm going to find my brother and I'm going to bring him back home. Then I'm going to free those dragons. And so he went to go find Toothless. He tracked down his scent and followed his scent all the way to Newburgh. When he got there, he went invisible for a few hours. Mainly wanted to keep a low profile, not wanting to draw attention. So finally he picked up his brother's scent and very quietly dragged him out. When Toothless woke up, he was happy to be reunited with his big brother and tried to wake up Hiccup, but Death Fury got in his way. He tried to tell Toothless that they should leave now. Call the other dragons, let's get the hell out of here. And it wasn't until he realized that his brother is actually injured. He has an injury. And that injury was he was missing part of his tail wing. He growled and marched his way towards Hiccup. Toothless tried to stop him. He tried to slow him down. But unfortunately, it was already too late because Death Fury grabbed Hiccup and started dragging him away. Toothless went on the chase. He went on the chase. And Hiccup tried to fight back, but then he realized there was another Night Fury. And this one looked peed off. Toothless tried to get him to stop, and Hiccup was wondering, why is he not ordering him to stand down? No. But then he actually realized this is Toothless' big brother. That's the reason why. Well, one of the reasons. The other reason why is eventually Hiccup will find out. But Toothless tried to plead with his big brother and tried to tell him that it's not what he thinks. But Death Fury was like, I don't care, move out of my way. I'm gonna put an end to his life right here, right now. I'm gonna put an end to him. So get out of my way. Toothless even tries to turn on to his alpha form and try to roar at him. When he did that, he got the other dragons' attention and they all rushed towards. And Death Fury turned around and let out this blood-curdling scream that was so loud, it literally shook the entire island. And all the dragons, they immediately turned around and started flying right back for where they came from. And this is where Hiccup realizes that this is another alpha. But he's not the alpha of the dragons, he's the alpha of the Fury species. Because that is the ultimate reason why Toothless is not attacking. Plus, Hiccup saw all the battle scars and realized that this is a dragon that Toothless cannot beat. So all the Vikings from Berk, they start showing up and they try to attack, but Death Fury unleashed a Plasma Blast that was powerful enough that was more like a shockwave within a way. When it touched the ground, the sheer force and power of the wave itself sent everyone flying. And it split 2 mountains in half. Hiccup realized that this was no ordinary Night Fury. This Night Fury was basically unstoppable. But not wanting to stay any longer, Death Fury decided to leave. But he will come back, and Hiccup knew this. There's only one way to find out how to get Death Fury to trust him. He recognized one of the marks, yet Hiccup realized that there was one particular scar that stood out to him, and that was a sword-like skull. Wait, scar, not skull. A sword-like scar on his back. And he realized that Grimmel was the one who gave him that scar. So Hiccup figured out that if he find Grimmel and brought him to Death Fury, maybe that could get Death Fury to actually trust Hiccup. But the question remains, what exactly is Death Fury going to do to him?